everyone, I got a quick video today to walk you through how I would think about building an ideal candidate profile if I was starting from scratch. I've spoken a lot about the importance of an ideal candidate profile. I think the main takeaway from this is that if you haven't really defined exactly what you're looking for before you start a recruiting search, then you may wind up interviewing a whole bunch of people that don't actually meet the requirements. And so this first step up front, which you can do in just a few minutes using the template that's going to be linked down below, is really going to help you to kind of build out that framework and actually leads into generating scorecards and scoring candidates objectively through each stage of the process. So let's jump straight in. I'm going to link this template in the description below, so you can make a copy and use this to do whatever you need to do. I'm going to give you the quick walkthrough here. It's really 5 steps, including an additional one, so I guess 6 steps in total when you add the job title. And what we're doing is we're identifying what we're looking for in a candidate, and then we're going to use ChatGPT to generate a persona or an ideal candidate profile that's going to help us to really define what we're looking for. So let's start off. I'm going to assume that we're going to hire a back-end engineer for the company here at Meander. So I'm going to start off with back-end engineer job title. And so this is you're going to see that in step 5, that's going to start populating. Ignore that for now. All we're going to do is kind of go through each stage. Now, the main things that we're going to account for here is the competencies. So competencies is step 1. What am I looking for? I think trust and integrity is a key one. I think someone who's action-oriented, given that we're a startup, and someone who can innovate and simplify. Now, for those of you who recognize some of these titles, they're actually taken from the Amazon Leadership Principles. It's actually one of the best examples of competencies that I've come across. You can actually describe your need here, and this is going to help later, but for speed, I'm going to ignore that because it's not actually going to generate anything below. The next step is looking at the required skills and experience. This is really key. Now, I've only included 3 requirements for technical skills, for social skills, or soft skills, as some people call them, and for domain experience or background. The reason is once you start layering in many different requirements, you're actually going to really narrow the potential candidates that you're going to look at. So what I would suggest is really focus on what are the top 3 for each of those categories, and really kind of hone in to make sure you find people that have those skill sets, and actually use some of the other ones at a later stage to differentiate between potential candidates. But if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can define it here. So skill requirements here. This is quite a long list. I generated this from ONET, and I'll show you where all these are, so you can edit them in the future if you like. But Python is really key because everything we do is written in Python, so this is a must-have. I would love someone who is an advanced Python. Let's say we also need Django, because this is going to be a backend engineer and all of our backend is built in Django. This is going to be a must-have. Not quite as much experience, but I do want someone to have had the experience of working with Django. And then React is our front end. So that's going to be a nice to have, because they're going to need to be familiar with React, although not working it necessarily day to day. The next stage is the social. So these are, again, soft skills. I'm going to just kind of quickly go through this so we can start to generate the list out. But you've seen how I've started to think about this. And what we'll do is create this list of experiences. Now, the overall experience is based on someone's background. So these are the kind of typical resume data points you would potentially try to pick out. So let's say we need someone who has the equivalent of a bachelor's in computer science, and then experience working in a startup environment would be nice to have. And I think some kind of client-facing role, assuming that we're going to be APIing into potential different candidates, would be helpful as well. Then the next stage is going to be cultural values. These are values that are going to be important for someone to perform well in the organization. So kind of going beyond just the resume data points, what are the kind of things that we're going to test for in the initial screens and then follow-on conversations? So again, let's just quickly go through these and just generate kind of a list of, we won't select the same one twice, and then say they're all medium important. And you can kind of really spend some time going through all these and this list, and you can actually change the list as well. But these are just list of things that I've demonstrated here. So the final thing is how we're going to measure this candidate. So we're going to look at the different performance metrics, code quality, and customer satisfaction. Now we can generate a list of targets and traits, but they're not actually going to come into this stage, but we would use those at a later stage to define the scorecard. So when we're asking someone about their background, we can actually say, okay, how have you measured code quality in the past? What were your kind of metrics? How can we compare that? So we're doing like-for-like comparisons against different candidates. Once we have this list, we can actually, you can see here that what we've actually generated is a prompt that we can throw into ChatGPT, and this is actually going to help us to generate our profile. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to go to ChatGPT. Now I created a new page. I used Mini here. I do subscribe, but I wanted to show you the benefits of using the free version. So we're not actually defining anything. There's a lot of blank space in this prompt when I paste it. But what we're going to do is actually generate this ideal candidate profile. And you can see here, this is actually creating a narrative around who this person is. So this is going to help as we define to our sources, as we define to the hiring manager exactly what they should be looking for. And hopefully, if we were working in a large enough organization, maybe we could even look at potential internal profiles that actually meet this ideal candidate profile. And then as we're assessing different candidates, say, well, how does this person stack up to this known entity where we have this high performer in the role, we know exactly how they perform. Are they going to kind of like meet or exceed the level of performance that we expect in the role? So I won't go through all this. You can look through this kind of in slow time. But that is the kind of the basis of this ideal candidate profile generator. If you do want to change anything, I've labeled everything in this section here. So you can look at all the different fields that I'm using for the lookup tables. You can change the core competencies. You can change the technical skills, social skills, experience, company values, and KPIs. And hopefully that will help you to create a good ideal candidate profile that's going to lead to strong post-hire performance and actually accelerate the whole hiring process, because you're really understanding exactly what you're looking for, defining it well early on, and then creating some really good hiring experiences for everyone. So I hope that was helpful. If you like these kind of videos, I'm going to produce a lot more of them moving forward. You can also look at our back catalog. We have a lot of good recruiting operations, AI, some more interesting conversations I've had in there. Just check out the videos that's going to be linked. And please subscribe if you like this kind of content. And we'll take care. We'll see you soon.